Most people wouldn't think twice about reporting a drunk driver, especially if that person is pretty much all over the road. But if you think making a call to 911 will always bring help to where you are, you're going to be shocked by this next story. An upstate man says law enforcement never arrived, even when he called over and over again. Tonight, News 4's Tim Waller with a 2-month target for investigation on a communications breakdown within the 911 system.
It was on a day much like this one.
I'm on the road really on a daily basis.
Vance Rowland, a businessman, was cruising up Highway 81 in Anderson when all of a sudden,
a car comes beside me, almost hits me, gets in front of me. It's weaving from side to side. I immediately call 911.
Anderson County 911, location of emergency.
Yes, you got a car driving very erratically on Highway 81, going in and out of lanes.
Okay, let me get you Highway Patrol. Hold on one moment.
Kill somebody here.
All right, hold on one moment.
Because of where he was, Rowland's call was transferred to the Highway Patrol, which is normal procedure.
Highway Patrol Communications.
But as you're about to see,
perhaps I'm a little naive.
Help would never arrive.
I don't have a lot of experience calling 911.
And the cost would be greater than anyone could imagine.
Or something was going to happen. There was no way this girl should be driving.
Rowland says the driver, a young woman in her 20s,
this is one of the near misses,
was definitely under the influence of something.
That's her set of skid marks right here.
So he followed her north on Highway 81, the Highway Patrol now aware of the situation. But...
Sir?
Yes?
I've got out some officers. I don't have anybody answering up for in the area. Let me see if the sheriff's office got somebody in there, okay?
And it's here the dispatcher tries to transfer Rowland's call back to Anderson County 911.
We're sorry.
They tried to transfer me to county. The call was dropped.
So Rowland calls Anderson County 911 again and is transferred a second time to the Highway Patrol, which tries to transfer his call back to Anderson County 911.
Sir?
Yes.
It's not coming through for some reason. Can you call them directly? It's 260-4405.
260-4405.
Yes, I don't have anybody in there, and I'm sorry about that.
At this point, the young woman Rowland's been following is about to get on Interstate 85.
And I kept expressing the urgency of the matter, that this person needed to be stopped.
So 9 full minutes after his first call for help, Rowland calls a third time. In no mood to be transferred.
Anderson County 911.
Yeah, this is Anderson County. Don't transfer me to Highway Department. They've been trying to get me back to you. There's a car getting ready to create an accident. And they don't have anybody in the area.
Hang on, let me check with Highway to find out why they can't get anyone in that area. Because this is they're on the highway. That's who needs to be responding to this.
The young woman causing all this commotion is now headed north on Interstate 85. And other drivers are starting to take notice.
I am going north on 85, and there is a little car that they might be drunk, but they are swerving in every single lane, and they've almost hit the retaining wall 3 or 4 times.
But neither they, nor Rowland, nor the Highway Patrol are aware of the young woman's recent past.
I've been asked to come here today to hear your case.
25-year-old Michelle Fowler of Anderson had been charged just a week earlier with driving under the influence of alcohol.
There's been a conviction of driving under the influence, first offense.
In that case, witnesses say Fowler crossed 3 lanes of traffic on Interstate 85 and struck the median barrier, prompting a call to 911. But there's more. A month before that, another DUI, this one for driving under the influence of prescription drugs. And on this day, as Fowler raced up the interstate, she was headed for a third DUI.
But she was going outside the lane severely and basically clearing out traffic all around her.
And just when it seemed help would never arrive, Rowland saw something that gave him hope. 2 South Carolina troopers parked right here on the side of the interstate at exit 39. Surely they would see what was happening and put a stop to it.
Rowland was still on the phone with 911. As you're about to hear, the troopers were busy.
There's 2 of them right there, just sitting there talking. Oh, she's all over. All over. I can't believe these guys can see that.
I really thought they were there for us. I thought they were waiting for this girl to pass so they could follow her and stop her at that time.
Okay, I'm talking to their dispatcher, and they're saying that they're doing a roadblock, and they're not going to be able to get out with that car.
You know, I don't blame Mr. Rowland for being very frustrated.
Sergeant
That's
Kelly
something
Hughes
that
of the
they can
Highway
be very-
Patrol says it didn't turn out the way they would have liked.
So, you know, could things have went better that day? Possibly.
He says the troopers on the side of the interstate that day were on special assignment. They're to slow down traffic so a utility company could stretch cable over the interstate. He says the troopers were on a separate radio channel and could not hear the alert that went out. Nor did the dispatcher know they couldn't hear her.
If there was a way that the dispatcher had known that these troopers were at this location and could have contacted them and said, hey, there's a possible drunk driver coming your way, can you break off from this assignment and apprehend the subject, they would have been more than willing to do so.
And as far as not having any troopers available when Rowland made his first call to 911, Hughes says only 5 were on duty in Anderson County that afternoon. 5 for an almost 800 square mile area.
With what we have now, we fight to keep our head above water on investigating crashes and handling calls, and then do our best to have other troopers set aside just specially for enforcement efforts.
Fowler had now crossed into Greenville County, the calls from other drivers still pouring in.
I'm on 85. I just passed exit 42. I'm from Georgia. I'm just trying to get someone to stop this car that keeps bouncing off the median that's going to kill somebody.
Then, for the first time since her 2-county, 30-mile trek began, Fowler exited the interstate onto White Horse Road, with Rowland still trailing behind.
I noticed a stalled commercial truck in the middle lane, and I kept telling the 911 operator, she's going to hit, and then she hit. And to my knowledge, she never applied the brakes and just went right underneath the truck.
Greenville County 911. We just had a horrible accident on White Horse Road. I don't know if this guy's alive or not.
It does not look good. I don't know if she survived this one or not. Is she conscious?
Oh, God. Is she breathing?
No. She's fully fast.
When I arrive and I actually see it, I'm thinking there's no way someone can survive this.
Michelle Fowler did survive, but suffered permanent damage to her legs after being wrapped inside the twisted metal that barely resembles a car. You wish troopers would have pulled you over before you hit that truck?
Yeah, so then I wouldn't be like this.
I don't understand it. I really don't. She should have been pulled over way before then.
And the man who tried to stop her says he is still in shock that a call to 911 could do so little.
My expectation certainly wasn't met, and it concerns me greatly to live in the upstate and know that prime time in the afternoon you call 911 and you don't get response.
Howard Communication.
Tim Wall, WIFF News 4, Anderson County.
The median wall, they're going off across 4 lanes.
Tim tells us Michelle Fowler is still recovering from her injuries. She says the pain medication she was taking was for a work-related injury. Now, she has pleaded guilty to her first DUI, and she's still awaiting trial for the others, including the trek up the interstate, which resulted in that crash. And because of what happened there, the South Carolina Highway Patrol has changed its 911 procedure. Now, when troopers are busy with another assignment and out of radio reach, 911 operators will call their supervisor directly and alert them to the more immediate danger. If you would like to read more, just head to our website, WIFF4.com. There we've included a more complete verbatim of Rowland's calls to 911.